welcome. And I did want to let you know that I am recording, and I wanted to check in with everybody about that because I want to make the group available in case anyone has to miss. I want to make the meetings available only in the private Facebook group. So they'll, that's the only place that I'll put these videos if it's okay with everyone. So if you guys can let me know, I guess if it's not okay with anyone, if you can let me know, it's okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, because occasionally you may have to miss, and especially as you guys become, more of a group, and you like to check in on everyone and see how everyone's doing. And then, you'll have the opportunity to do the exercises if you need to miss for any reason. So this is the very first meeting of this group. And I think we have 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 6. One person who lives in Australia is in a class right now. And so she's going to join us when that class ends on her lunch break in Australia. And so we may get a few more members and we may not. And either way is perfectly fine. Whoever is here is who's supposed to be here. And everyone here has worked with me before. Hi, Laura. Hi, welcome. How are you?
Hi.
We're just getting started. And I let everyone know that I am recording. I'm just going to check on my phone, make sure Leah didn't have any problem getting in. I am recording, but only to put the meetings into the private Facebook group. That'll be the only place, and only members of this group are a part of that. So there's one more member. I just want to make sure that she has the right link. Okay. So this is as I was saying, this is the very first meeting of this group, and this group doesn't have an end date. So it's for each person to decide how long this is something that they want to participate in. So you can do as little or as much as you want. And it's going to be very similar to work that you've done with me before. Yet the group aspect plays more of a role in these groups than in anything else. And so as you guys move forward together, your relationships with each other are going to be a significant part of what the group is providing, and your opportunity to share your insights, to share your struggles with each other, to share your support and your love for each other. So that's really a very special aspect of the group work that I really appreciate. And I am still in the group that I started in Costa Rica, and that group met today. And I was the one who was getting a lot of support today, and it was really nice. And it was really nice to be a member of that group today. And so I hope you guys have that same opportunity with this group. And what I would like to do, because some of you know each other and some of you don't, I would like to go around and have each person share what you feel comfortable sharing about yourself and about your journey, with your own personal development, and how you think this group fits into that journey that you are on with yourself. And anybody can start.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Nancy from Montreal in Canada. I speak French, so I've got an accent. And I'm really glad that we're a nice group. I know a little I'm getting to know like Rachel and Jody, and I already knew Laura, and there's only Missy. I'm gonna get to know you, and And I've seen you before, but I need to get to know you more. So I come from a highly dysfunctional family. I've been working on myself for over 30 years now. And most of the work I've done on me was by myself and going to therapy. I did the 5 therapy, which helped a lot. But now the work I've got to do is to learn to forgive every member of my family, and I don't feel like doing that alone. I don't want to be alone on this one. It's hard on me to forgive, but I really want to. So, and the work I've been doing with Kelly is something that I find very effective and fast, and I really enjoy that. And so here I am to get rid of my weird sense of humor because of my family. So I could get rid of that. And I'll be free. After that, I'll be free and I'll spread my wings. And because I've done a lot of work on me, so it is the thing missing for me to really feel free. So I'm done. Next.
Thank you. Anybody else want to go next? Rachel? Oh, are you muted?
Okay, I'm Rachel, and I'm here. I really enjoyed your other classes, and for me personally, I thought maybe I was stuck work-wise, career, but I really see now I have a lot of healing to do, like Nancy said, around family stuff, and I'd really like to move forward with relationships in my life, and I have a lot of healing to do. And I really enjoy art, but I just really haven't had the time to be in an art class. And this is just, it seems like a perfect fit. And I love that it's a women's group. So I just feel really comfortable with everybody and supported. And I have a good support system now, but I haven't for a really long time. So this is nice. I really appreciate it. So
Great.
that's it.
Thank you. Anybody else? Jody?
Sure, I'll go. Hi, everyone. It's so good to see you, Rachel, Laura, and Nancy. And I really look forward to getting to know you as well, Missy. So, my name's Jody. I live in British Columbia, Canada. So Nancy and I are on sort of polar ends of Canada, if you will, or almost. I started my journey about 2 years ago when I went to a Brene Brown workshop. And through that, I actually did it for work as professional development. I wanted to learn more about empathy and empowerment and vulnerability and courage. And it ended up being my personal journey. Go figure, hey? So from that, I came back realizing I had a lot of work to do in terms of feeling like I belong. I grew up in a family where I didn't. Difference wasn't okay in my family. I was scapegoated in my family. And although I've come so far, so when I got back from Brene Brown, I started seeing a counselor. I started off doing EMDR work, and now I'm doing emotion code with her, which is just an incredible technique. But there's still stuff that always comes up, but I'm growing so much, and I've healed so much, and my relationship with my parents is actually great. For those that were in our last conference, I had a pretty big conflict with my sister who is still freezing me out. The silent treatment, punishment. And so I'm still struggling a little bit with that. It's been going on almost a month now. but other than that, I'm just really curious. I'm wanting to retire from my social work / teaching career in 3 years, 3.5 years. But I'm still going to be fairly young, so I want to figure out what I want to do. And from the last workshop we did with Kelly, as I drew our last drawing, which was Tuscany, and me thinking what I can do being on the road. So I think I'm actually going to head in and do my life coaching. So that's a really new sort of realization, and now just want to figure out, all the ins and outs, who to go to, what training to take, how much I need given my education and my experience. But yeah, I'm just really, really excited to be here. I'm going on lengthily, so I'll cut it short. But yeah, just really excited to be here, to do some work, and to be able to move forward, get unstuck.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and don't worry about taking time. We're all going to take lots of time in here, and it'll be however much you need, and everyone will be holding space for everybody whenever they need time. Don't worry. Leah, I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry,
That's okay.
I forgot about the time change.
That's okay.
I had 8 in my brain.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We were just going around and introducing ourselves and letting people know kind of what our personal growth journey has been so far, and kind of how you see this group fitting into that.
Oh gosh. So yeah, I guess I've been in the helping field pretty much my entire life. I worked with adults with disabilities, and now I work in addictions. And I've had a bit of a up and down, like a pretty rocky road with my mental health since I was about 20. I seem to like run and try to do like way too much, and then I crash, and I can't kind of keep this cycle going. And then during my marriage, it was extreme stress, and so my body was running like at a permanently like high rate for a decade. So I've kind of yeah, I don't know how to run at I don't know how to operate at a normal kind of without adrenaline in my system, which leaves me vacillating between depression and anxiety. And so, yeah, like since I've since I've been on my own and left my marriage, I'm kind of figuring out, yeah, my patterns and, yeah, where I kind of the areas that I need, I think, yeah, boundaries is where I really need to have clear boundaries and know what I stand for. And, yeah, I feel like I've been avoiding healing forever. Like, I don't feel like I've had, like, leaving a toxic relationship definitely was part of the healing, but I don't feel like I've experienced, like I'm running, I want to avoid it, but I want it at the same time. And I guess I've just hit a point in my life now, like I'm like kind of mid-age, and I'm starting to see like these patterns are kind of chronic, and if I don't stop them now, yeah, I'll be not, and it's hard when I vacillate between pleasing others and depression and anxiety to really cement myself in like my purpose and my passion and my identity, because I'm just constantly dealing with crisis, right? And so I think what I really want is to find some kind of stability, equal balance,
Mhm.
and calm.
Mhm.
I've gotten so used to living in a, like hectic, like very in hectic, chaotic situations.
Mhm.
That when things aren't chaotic, I don't know what to do. I'm pretty much depressed. If they're like, if nothing's going on, then I'm just, yeah.
Mm.
So
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And I hope that this group will be that space, you know, for you, a nice, like, calm time where you can really kind of go inside and be seen and heard by supportive others. I hope that's what this space provides for you.
thank you. Yeah, that's what I need.
Yeah. And Laura and Missy, right? Haven't gone yet. When do you guys want to go? Laura, you want to go?
Sure. So it's nice to see everybody again. I feel like it's nice that we've got this group that we kind of work together, and now we have a couple more. So I'm Laura. I live in Houston. Not originally from Houston, originally from the Northeast, New York, which is why I don't have a Houstonian or Southern accent. Far from it, probably. You'll hear more of it, I'm sure. Anyway, my career was an accountant, and then when we moved to Houston 5 years ago, we moved for my husband's job, and I stopped working, and I was kind of struggling with not really wanting to do that, but that's my career. So, but I also wanted flexibility because my family, friends, everybody's in the Northeast, so I wanted to be able to come and go as I wanted. So basically, I spent the last 5 years not happy, at the same time not really figuring out what I want to do, and spent the last 5 years volunteering, just to kind of fill time and figure out what I want to do. 5 years later, I still haven't figured out what I want to do. COVID hit and made me stop doing everything and really start focusing on what it is that I want to do, and I'm still not figuring it out. Kind of started the end of 2020 really working on it, and stumbled into Nancy first, I guess, and then Kelly. So I'm trying to use this workshop and this group as a means of figuring things out. Rachel, I reached out to me, did some Reiki from afar. It's really kind of interesting, actually, what did come up. Now, I don't know whether you can interpret things from it, but I probably need to spend more time talking to Rachel about it some more, and she can interpret it more for me. But I think it's kind of interesting what I'm reading about it. So anyway, I'm looking forward to trying to figure things out through this group, and maybe I can get in there. So I don't know.
Great.
I think I have a lot of blockages, and I'm stuck. So anybody can help me out. That's fine. I'll take anybody's advice. So.
Well, thank you. And thank you for trying and seeing if this might be a good fit for you. That's awesome. Missy, you're not on my screen now. Are you there? Oh,
Can you hear me?
oh, there you are. You were gone for a second.
Here I am.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So my name is Missy, and I am currently in sort of a transitional place right now. Both figuratively and physically. I'm actually sitting in a van in Shreveport, doing some traveling while I work, and really looking to create a life around being able to work and be on the road. And originally I took Unstuck, just kind of as a look to see what I wanted to create out of the year. And what I discovered was that there was some stuff I haven't fully healed from when I was a teenager, and how it's completely impacted me. And it really resonated with me when, oh, I'm sorry, I'm so horrible with names, but somebody had mentioned earlier about avoiding healing. That has been sort of like the definition for me. I have completely avoided healing from an accident that happened when I was 16. And through Kelly, I've been working on that and seeing how much that has impacted my life and the choices that I make, and sort of how I sabotage myself and the people around me. And I really thought that being a part of this group would kind of help to work through that. Also, I really love the creative aspect of things as I'm starting to pay more attention to my creative side. Uh, so I thought being a part of a group of individuals that are on a journey together, and utilizing the creative power, it just seems like the perfect place for me to be. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, awesome. So we are not a group yet. And I think that that's our first kind of mission, our first charge. And so there's an exercise that I like to do with groups when they're forming, that is from my community organizing days. And I want to do it a little bit more. It has art in it, but I want to add a little bit more to it. So if you can get a blank piece of paper, and I'm going to kind of talk about the exercise, and then we're going to do a little bit of meditation and visualization. Then we're going to do the exercise. This is an exercise that's supposed to be done in the same room. So we're going to have to use our imaginations and put ourselves in the same room with each other as we do it. And that'll be part of the meditation as well. So this exercise is called Circle of Hands, and it's about creating a safe space for this group. And so what I'm going to lead us through a meditation and visualization. And then afterward, what you're going to do is you're going to trace your hand on the paper. And then we're going to go through an exercise creating a circle with our hands. And I want everybody to send me their hand, and I'm going to create the actual circle and then put it in the group. And we're going to share the things first in the hand. The hand will represent you, and I'll guide you through that meditation. And the first thing we'll do is draw ourselves in the hand, in the handprint. And then in the inside of the circle, we will put all of the things that we want to see in this group, and all of the things that we're calling out from ourselves and each other to contribute. And on the outside of the circle, so on the outside of your hands, and we'll put a little line on either side of our hand, we'll be putting the things that we don't want in this group, things that we don't want to bring, and things that we don't want to see, and things that we don't want to have. And that'll be our circle of hands. And that'll be kind of like our commitment to each other about what we're going to provide and what we're going to leave out of the group. So everybody clear about what the process is? So we're going to do a meditation, then you're going to trace one hand. I tend to use my left hand and trace with my right because my left hand's not a good drawer, but you can do either hand. And so if you can have a pen, and you can pick a color that represents you, a color that you feel represents you as the color that you're going to trace your hand with. And then in the interior of your hand, you can use all different colors. And as we go through the meditation, I'll also be talking about any words that come up for you that you might want to put inside your hand that represent yourself. So if you can just have one color that you're thinking of as the palm, the color of your hand, the outline of your hand ready, and one piece of paper ready. And then once you're ready, just close your eyes. Okay. And take a deep breath in and out. If you feel any tension from the day, I just want you to breathe into it on your next inhale, and then breathe it out on your exhale. Now I want you to reach out energetically to all the other ladies in this group, and we're spread out across 2 countries. So reach out with your heart and make that connection, and imagine that we're holding hands. See if you can feel the hands of your group mates. And I want you to imagine that we're creating a safe space for our emotions, and a safe space for our thoughts, and a safe space for our souls, and that we will hold space for each other so that in all the ways that you guys talked about, you'll be able to grow and to delve and to sink and to be held in the love of this circle. Without judgment from you or from anyone else. And I know that the from you part is the harder part. I know all of you, and I know that you will all extend so much love for each other. So I really want to encourage you to extend that same love and lack of judgment toward yourself, and to really see this as a place to explore yourself. Explore your past, explore your future, explore your present, and really connect with yourself and with each other. So now I want you to really focus on yourself. And really think about how brave you are to be here, to be putting yourself out like this in order to know yourself, in order to love yourself, in order to do all the things that you came here to do. It's really amazing. And I'm so happy that you've given yourself this space and that you are worth it to yourself to take your time and your energy and your resources and to make them available to yourself, for yourself. It's huge. And I want you to think about and feel into, and I'm for some reason putting my hands on my heart right now, to really feel into yourself and to think about some images that represent where you're at right now without any judgment. If you were to pick a few icons that would represent how you feel about yourself, what would they be? What colors would you use? What shapes might they be? And what symbols might they have? I'm going to repeat this when we're drawing, so don't worry. And if nothing comes up, that's okay too. You'll start drawing your hand and whatever happens, happens. And the most important thing in this space is everything is okay. Everything you feel is okay. Everything you think is okay. Everything that happens is okay. Everything that doesn't happen is okay. So just get connected with yourself and start to imagine that hand that you're going to draw. You're going to trace your hand and then you're going to fill it with yourself. You're going to fill it with yourself in words, and you're going to fill it with yourself in color, and you're going to fill it with yourself in images. So just spend a moment imagining that hand that represents you. Now I want you to open your eyes and I want you to trace your hand and I want you to begin to design it. And it may have the images that came to you and it may not. And you may not have had any images. And it's okay. Just stay connected with yourself as you do it and allow whatever comes up to come up. You may have words that come to you. You may have colors or images.
Kelly,
Yeah.
sorry, can I just ask, when you were talking about putting some symbols in and some possible words,
Yeah.
is that within the handprint or can it be outside of the handprint?
Not outside. We're going to do outside. We're going to do 2 different times of outside. So this should be inside because this represents you. So this is inside.
Okay, thank you.
But if you did anything outside, it's okay. And when you're done, you can just put yes in the chat.
We're just doing our own icons right now.
Yeah, your own handprint. So you're filling in your own hands with whatever came to you and whatever is coming to you now, in either words or colors or images that represent you.
Are we gonna put? Do we have to put more stuff in it?
No, whatever it's as little or as much as you want.
We're not having to add any more to it though, right?
No. Everything else
okay.
will be outside of the hand.
Oh, okay, got it.
You can fill your whole hand if that's what came to you. Okay. In a couple minutes, we're going to start sharing. If you're still working on your hand, that's totally fine. And you can keep working as people are sharing. And so when you share, if you want to share your picture and kind of what came up for you in the visualization or in the drawing or both around yourself and your representation of yourself in your hand. So if anybody's ready to share, they can.
Kelly, I'll share.
Okay.
Was it supposed to be like this current moment or just in general?
Whatever came up.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's my picture.
Oh, for some reason oh, hold on.
Can you see it?
I'm missing. I don't know, for some reason it's not picking up the speaker in my thing. I don't know if everybody else sees it, but it's not picking up the speaker view. Can you talk? Maybe that's why.
Yeah. Is this
there we go.
better?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. So that's my picture.
Mhm.
And what came up for me, like I feel really good. I feel like I'm in a really good place right now. I feel like I'm having like some kind of a awakening, like just different parts of me I feel like have been asleep for so long. And I've had a lot of like learned behavior and limited beliefs and stuff, and it's all starting to like fade away. So, which I'm so grateful for. But I put joy and discovery and a big flower like blooming in the middle. And I feel like I'm really like flourishing and I'm starting to find my purpose and I'm learning to surrender, which is really big for me. I tend to try to control everything, and I don't like it's enough. I don't need to do that anymore. So I put a butterfly like I'm gaining my wings and I'm giving permission to take flight. And I just feel really like happy and positive and like a ray of sunshine. And I'm just really in a good place. So that's my picture.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thanks.
Anybody else ready to share? Jody?
I love that, Rachel, so much. When you said butterfly, I'm like, oh yeah, that totally resonates with me. That's so lovely. So here's my picture. So really what's in there is we have a beautiful lake where we live, and water calms me. Putting my feet in the sand grounds me. And so I'm in some ways similar to Rachel in that I'm feeling hopeful, optimistic. The possibilities of what's going to unfold. So there was lots of sort of real positive emotions. I also wrote down, some words that sort of describe me in terms of, being heartfelt, being integral. I'm a very hopeful person most times. So those sort of things came up. And then when I just thought about, again, what the future looks like, there is some, uncertainty and unsureness. So, when I can talk myself down from that, but if I just want to honor what's coming up, then those certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Missy, do you want to share? I think you were done too.
Yep, here I am. Okay, so we're gonna try this. I'm not sure. Hopefully the lighting's okay.
Yeah.
So the biggest part of where I am right now is I don't I don't really know. And I'm okay with that. I'm on a journey and I'm not like attached to where it ends up. So that's why there was a big question mark and kind of a road. And it kind of ties in with the travel that I'd like to do. Also, I have two hearts kind of connecting in the center. One represents my younger self, and one represents who I am now, and the connection that's happening between the two of them, the two of us, I guess. I put in music notes because music is very, very important to me, and whenever I'm feeling down, I can instantly kind of shift my mood with music, so it's a very important part of my life. And then I put a sun just because lately that's kind of been something that's been coming up for me a lot in the artwork that I do, is either sunsets or sunrises. There's a lot of like just feeling the sun and the warmth of the sun that's coming out in the artwork that I've been doing. And then just some words that are really important to me: integrity, compassion, connection. These are all things that are really, really important to me, and I try to live my life around. That's me.
Thank you. Anybody else ready to share their hand?
I'll go.
Okay.
So that's my drawing.
Oh, wow.
So the image that came up was a tree. And the word inside of the tree was compassion. What I want inside the group, I wrote support, acceptance, honesty, love, intuition, compassion, and time. I've noticed in the last few days that I am changing my relationship with time, which is good, because I've always been a go, go, go girl and get it and do it and get it done and da, 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 da. And in the last few days, something is shifting inside of me. It's when it's time, it's going to happen. You know, you're moving forward. You're doing the stuff you need to do. And you're also taking some breaks. And it's okay, because me, I would never allow myself to have breaks. I was always like banging on my head and saying, you didn't do enough, you didn't do enough. So with my calendar here, I started to write what I do in a day. And I cannot say I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm doing plenty. But like yesterday, I decided to take a real day off. Usually for me, a day off, I'm going to be cooking, doing the laundry. No, I'm taking a day off. So I did only stuff that I felt like doing for me. And it was okay, because the day before that, I had a little anxiety, and I said, you want to feel anxiety? It's going to be okay. We're going to sit down and you're going to allow yourself to live that, and we're going to get through it. And I was like that maybe for half an hour. And after, when I really realized that I was okay with it, it went away. And that's when I realized that it was because I was putting too much pressure on myself, because I want to start my business as soon as possible. And I said, it's going to happen. I already have clients waiting for me. So if they wait a little longer, they'll have the best out of me, and that's it. It's okay. So I really feel I'm changing that, and I really appreciate that. I'm happy. It's like I'm starting to have compassion for myself. So that's really good. Around my hand, what I didn't want, I wrote a rejection, deception, fear, anger, sadness, and loneliness. So I really feel that being here with you guys and that group, that what I don't want, I'm sure I'm not going to get here. And what I want, I'm sure I'm going to get here too. So I'm really happy to be in this group. So thank you all.
Thank you. Anybody else ready to share? Leah or Laura? Oh, Leah, you're muted. Sorry, you weren't on my.
Thank you.
There you
I
go.
forgot.
That's
I
okay.
forgot. I kind of mainly focused on the way that how I feel about myself right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that's kind of the predominant, I think that is the most predominant kind of thing for me at the moment. So this is that's my hand. So each finger kind of represented a way that I feel about myself. So it kind of worked out. So the thumb was like, I am proud of myself. And like, I can acknowledge like what I've accomplished and where I've come, and just kind of my determination to not give up. So I have that element of, so it's like a thumbs up, like proud. I'm proud. And then my pointer finger is the one that's like pointing, like always like, how, like, why are you so it's my disappointed finger. And I get very disappointed in myself that I haven't made, like, I don't feel like I've made any like I'm just running in circles. I haven't made any forward motion, and so I get very disappointed in myself and the traps that I get myself caught into, like the kind of the mind traps and stuff like that. And then the middle finger is sadness, just a general sadness for where I'm kind of how I treat myself and where I've kind of ended up right now and how I feel. And then the next finger is I am scared that there is a fear of not being able to ever get unstuck and move forward, that this is my destiny almost. So there is a lot of like anxiety and fear about my future. And then my pinky is I do have I do have love for myself, or I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't I do value myself and things that I can offer. So that's kind of how the range of emotions in a day.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Laura, are you ready to share?
I struggled with this because I got interrupted once again. I put myself in my room so I wouldn't get interrupted.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have as creative a thing as everybody else does. I mean, I just, mine's very simple. It's because I don't even think. So all it is very simple. And it's just, I basically on the 5 fingers put, I guess, what I'm bringing to it, which is honesty, compassion, understanding, empathy, and time, as somebody else mentioned, time, I think it was Nancy. Because I've been trying to put time into this. And one of my things is answers, hoping that I get answers from it. And I find happiness, and I do have anxiety. That's it. And I know you mentioned something about what we don't want in the group, and that was going to go on the outside, but I didn't know if we were doing
Yeah,
that.
we haven't done that part yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we're actually, what we do want in the group, we're gonna put into, and so, I'll show mine really briefly. So, this is mine, and I've been really feeling connected to the ocean, even though I haven't seen it in a while. And so that really came in for me, and nature, relaxed, which sometimes I am and sometimes I am not. So that is a word that I aspire to and do not always achieve. Faith, that's another thing I try to take time to really focus on, and I'm not a religious person, but I believe in faith, in terms of faith in yourself, faith in I guess the universe, faith that there's meaning and purpose. And so I can get disconnected from that. So I try to take time to focus on faith, to fill myself with faith, because it's something that I need to place attention on, or it will slip away from me. And then in my pinky is abundance, and knowing that abundance is always present. And again, I think this is kind of like thinking about the things that I want to remind myself about, things that sometimes I forget. And then love is always present. I always feel love. And so that's in the middle. And I was having a conversation with someone earlier today about saying yes, and about opening yourself up to the universe and its plans for you, and saying yes, and just allowing. And so I added that in also. So Laura, do you want to talk about how you're feeling right now?
Don't really know.
No? Okay. And it's okay. It's okay. And that's part of why we're here, is to feel those things that are hard, and what we're struggling with,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Frustrated because like I get so annoyed that like when we did the workshop, my husband's running back and forth and through the room and everything else, and
Yeah.
so that's why I put myself up here. And then the dog's scratching at the door, and it's like, then it's just like, I don't know whether it's just not the like he says that he supports me, or that he knows what I'm doing, but it's I don't even feel like explaining sometimes like what this is all about, because I don't even think he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also he knows, like, for the last 3 months plus 5 years, 35 years, whatever, I've been trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just really frustrated.
Yeah. It's frustrating, and it's painful.
I don't really know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything. I just wanted to acknowledge your feelings, and let you know that we're all here for you. And I've definitely been where you are, really, really frustrated with where I was at, and feeling like I was doing everything and nothing was working out. And it's a really hard place to be, but it can also be the beginning of things changing. And so I would say, although it's frustrating, it hurts, it's painful, as much as you can tolerate being in it and breathing into it and allowing it, that's at least in my experience with myself and with other people, it's the next phase that you're going into, trying to get in, and it's sometimes a jarring and somewhat, you know, uncomfortable passage, and it's okay. It's okay, you know, to feel how you feel, and to feel like, you know, this is bullshit and it should already be here, and you know, all of that is okay.
I think also it's just I don't feel like not only my husband, but my kids, I don't think they have a clue what I've gone through or going through, nor do they give it any importance. I don't know. So
That's really hard. I mean, imagine what you're saying. Think about that if it was another person. The people that you love the most in the world, the people that you have cared for the most in the world, they are not seeing you.
and this is honestly the first time in probably my life that I'm actually focusing on me. Certainly in the last 30 plus years. So.
Yeah. And that's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I think that it's amazing, given your circumstances, that you are doing that, you know, and that you continue to do it when it feels so uncomfortable.
It's very easy to give up.
Yes, it is. And part of you wants to. And so, you know, that's really the struggle, is to keep allowing yourself to go into these things when you're not getting what you want out of it, and when part of you really wants to just say, forget it. You know? So I really support your struggle, you know, because it is a struggle, and you know, you have to decide day by day where you're at, and how you feel and what you want to do, you know, because I think being where you really are, being honest with yourself, being truthful with yourself, allowing yourself to really be where you are, is the most important thing for you right now, regardless of who that includes or who it doesn't include. It's the most important thing is to be truthful to yourself about where you're at and your significance and your importance. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share with Laura before I move on to the next part?
I do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I love your picture, and I seen it in another class that we took. I feel like you kind of like you're hard on yourself and you get frustrated with yourself too. I think you like you shouldn't compare, you know, like good for you, good for the next one, good for all of us. You know, everybody's different. Don't be so hard on yourself. And I think you're amazing. Like I'm sending you love and hugs from here. You really are. And I don't think this process is supposed to be easy. You know, it's supposed to be frustrating and difficult. And I think you'll really appreciate your growth that much more later. And I just wish I could give you a hug from here. That's all.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Oh, Jody, go ahead.
I was having similar thoughts to Rachel. What stood out for me is your courage and your bravery and your tenacity. That, you know, it sucks. It's so hard to sit in these feelings. And for you to be vulnerable with us and share it with us, like I just feel really privileged that already it feels like a safe enough place for you to do that with us, Laura. And I don't know if you're anything like me, and not saying that you are, but when I'm emotional like that, the last thing I feel is strong. And yet when I see you doing it versus when I did it, like in our last workshop, the strength it takes just to be authentic and honest and raw. So I just really wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
Okay, Laura. I need to tell you that I'm really proud of you, and that even though right now you don't see that you're moving forward, I can tell you that from the first time I met you until now, I see the progression. You are moving. You might not feel that you're going anywhere, but I really see it. I really already see a difference in you. So I think you're on the right path, and I encourage you, and you know you can reach out anytime, and I'm right next to you, and I get you. And once again, I'm telling you, I'm really proud of you. So take it in, okay? Take it in. The other ones around you, they don't see you. I see you. And here, we all see you, okay? So I love you, and go on. That's all.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay. So Laura, it takes something to shift your priority to yourself, especially if it's something that you're not accustomed to. I'm right there with you. I'm trying to do that shift too, and uh, and I totally get the frustration, because I know for me, a lot of people in my life are accustomed to them being the priority, and so it's taking something for them to shift too. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm so grateful that you shared, because I see myself in you. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for being vulnerable with everybody here.
Okay. All right. So we are becoming a group. I just want to, Nancy, I just want to let you know, we are going to kind of separate the page. So from your pinky to the edge, and from your thumb to the edge. And so if you have words that are above, you may want to turn them into something else and move them down below, because what we're going to do, and you're going to kind of create in whatever way you want. You're going to create a border that goes from your pinky to the edge of the paper and from your thumb to the edge of the paper. So you could do little flowers, you could do little hearts, you could just do a line, but you're basically going to create an inside and outside of the hand. So when you create that border, and I'm just going to do a line on mine. So, I probably should have done a different color than my main color, so you guys can see. So see how I have a line that goes from my pinky and then from my thumb. So everything inside the hand, so above the line and in between the fingers, right? That's where we're going to focus right now. And I want you to write the words that represent what you want to see in this group, the qualities you want to bring in yourself, and the qualities that you want to see in other people, any words that represent the things you want to have this group mean to you, to be for each other, put in this area above the line, which will be, when I put them all together, that'll be inside the circle of hands. Does that make sense? And you don't have, you can write as many words as you want, but you have to write at least one. Everybody has to contribute at least one word to this. Does that make sense, Nancy?
Well, is it, I think it's going to be easier if I just start over, since I already, my page is all done and I've got words all over the place. You know, I don't have a place to, because I wrote what I didn't want.
If you drew from your pinky and your thumb, you could turn those 3 words that are outside into other shapes, like maybe turn them into a heart. You don't have to do it right now, but turn them into something else that is positive, you know, and move those words down to under the hand. Does that make sense? Because you only have 3 words that are there. Or what you could do is you could
The ones that are under the line? You want to move?
No, the ones that are above. Or
above? Okay.
Or what you could do is you could cut your hand out and put it on another paper and just do a rough draft right now and put the words you want it. Just cross those ones out that are above the line, and then you could just cut your hand out later before you send it to me.
I'm doing it now. It's going to take 2 minutes.
Okay. All right.
What goes above the line?
So above the line are any qualities, like you might put the word trust, you might put the word laughter, you might put the word love, anything you want to see in this group. Above the line. So, and that can be including in between the fingers. Because when I put all the hands together, they will make a circle, and everything that's above the line, because it'll actually be kind of this way, everything that's above the line will be inside the circle of hands. And then everything that's below the lines will be outside the circle of hands once it becomes an actual circle. When you do this live in person, you put your fingers together so that the hands are actually touching each other. But since we're not in the same room, we can't do that. So we're gonna do it this way. But I will create the circle of hands from everyone's picture, print them out and make the circle of hands, and then take a picture of it and put it in our group.
So are we writing anything below the line?
Not yet. First, we're gonna go over what we want to see in the group, and then we're gonna go over what we don't want to see. So right now it's just above the line, anything that you want to contribute and you want to see in the group. Okay. Now we're going to go around and share. And if someone has the same as you, when it's your turn, you don't need to share that one. So we're going to share the things that we want to see and contribute in the group. And if it's a repeat, you can just skip it. So if anyone's ready to share theirs, go ahead. And you can show your hand and then share your words.
Kelly, I'll go just because I literally wrote one word.
Okay.
I was gonna write many more, but you know, it being a safe space, like these are all things that we spoke about. So I think it kind of goes without saying, but I just wrote tenderness.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that that's to me the one that stands out the most is just being kind, not just to each other, but to ourselves, really just to be really gentle. I don't think this process is exactly easy, so we should all just be kind to one another and ourselves. So that's tenderness.
Nice. Thank you. Anyone else ready to share? Jody?
I'll go. I love that word tenderness, Rachel. That's so gorgeous. So I did write a whole bunch of words. Can you see? I don't know where here I am. So they just came flooding out. So I wrote support, compassion, trust, sharing wisdom and experiences, it being a safe place to listen, to love, and vulnerability.
Nice. Thank you.
I'll go since I already got some of this.
Great.
Not to repeat anything. So I'm friendship, helpfulness, smiles, patience, and joy.
Thank you.
I had other things, but some of them were mentioned already. So.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you. Anybody else ready to share?
Okay. Well, I cut my hand, I put it back, I draw, and so I don't have many words.
Patience, love, kindness. Nice.
Yeah. So that about sums it up. For me, for now, that's really what I need and what I want and what I'm willing to give to everyone. When I first did it, the words I had were actually what I wanted from the group too. So I can repeat them, that there was compassion, support, acceptance, honesty, and intuition. So here we go.
Thank you. Missy, Leah, you ready?
Okay, so I hope we can see it. Can't really tell.
Yep.
I think the only words that haven't been mentioned yet is fun and humor.
Nice.
So
always
adding
good.
those two.
Thank you. Leah, do you want to share? Oh, are you muted again? You're off my screen. Oh, she's not here. Oh no, we lost her. Okay, hopefully she'll get back on. All right, so I had, this is mine, and I had open hearts, laughter, hugs, connection. I think that was already said though. All feelings, and holding space, and light. Those are the ones that weren't mentioned so far. Okay, so hopefully Leah will come back. Now we're going to focus below the line, and below the line would be all the things that you don't want to see in this group. And I know that we everyone here is very kind and loving, and has already been very supportive of each other. But I still think it's a good idea to call those things out, to just put it out there in the universe, what we don't want in here. And so that can be anything, anything that you don't want to see in the group, put that below the line. And if you don't have anything, that's fine. Hi, we lost you.
Sorry, my phone died.
It's okay. Do you want to share the words that you had above the line?
Yeah, so I had a lot of similar stuff that the other ladies mentioned. I put, yeah, connection, laughter, vulnerability, accountability, openness, trust, support, and insights.
Nice. Thank you. So now we've turned our attention to below the line to put anything that we don't want to see in the group. And just write any words, if any come to you. If you don't have any, that's fine. We're just kind of putting it out there in the universe, what we want to keep out of our safe space. And if anybody wants to share what they have outside, and if you're still working on it, you can keep working on it. Nancy, you want to share?
Well, since I that's what I had done before, it's going to be the same words.
That's okay.
Fear, deception, rejection, anger, and loneliness. I don't want any of that. So, but I feel safe with you guys, so I don't think I'm going to see any of that.
The one that I have, one question that I have is, are those feelings okay for others to experience?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, like me, I don't want to feel that.
Yeah.
Other, like it's okay for people to feel all of these, and it's even okay for me to feel it, but not for like one another, not in our group. Not make others feel that way.
Okay, so
because of our behavior.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yes, that's very
good. So I make myself clearer now?
Yes, yes.
So I don't want anybody to be afraid of me, so I don't want fear.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to feel deception because of me, or what I would say, or rejection. I don't want that. I don't want people to feel loneliness, and I don't want them to feel that I'm angry, or I wouldn't like somebody to be angry at me in the group either. So that's what I really meant.
Yes, and also that you don't want to be made to feel those ways either.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
But not that it's not okay if something happens to you and you feel all of those things. We'll all have compassion.
Yes.
You know, and receive it, but not make each other feel this way.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to clarify, because I imagine that a lot of those feelings may come up for people.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify, so everyone was clear.
Awesome. Well, before I get at the forgiveness part with my family, you're going to see all of these in me.
That's what I was thinking too. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Anybody else ready to share? Okay.
I don't know. I wrote them on the bottom there.
Yes. Yep.
So I guess these are the things that I'm thinking I don't want to feel, which I would think other people don't want to feel, is judgment, criticism.
Yep.
Discomfort in like a negative way, not discomfort like how I was feeling before.
Yeah.
Anger, like somebody's angry at you, or
right.
You know, so
yeah.
So anyway, those are the things I wrote.
Great, thank you. Anybody else?
I just wrote. Did I interrupt somebody?
No.
Oh, I
Oh,
wrote
you're good.
giving up on each other, on ourselves, and on our growth in general.
Giving up.
Yeah, don't give up.
Missy, were you going to go also?
Awesome. Yeah. So, what the words that haven't been covered so far, is, comparison.
Mm,
We're all on our own journeys, so comparing ourselves with each other and or, what's going on around us.
mhm.
Um, withholding. So, any of us feeling as though we can't share. Um, I hope that makes sense. And then jealousy.
Mm. Thanks. Leah, did you want to share?
So I put mainly like, so yeah, all, like judgment and anything like in feeling that people are critical of so just that judgment and critical kind of, which I don't sense in this group at all. Yeah, about like choices that we've made or like where we're at, just yeah, so the opposite would be like accepting and welcoming.
Yeah.
And I guess like shame would go along with that, like anything that would make someone feel shameful
Mhm.
about, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's important. Thank you. And Jody, you ready to share?
Yeah. This was hard for me because I just automatically thought this would just never happen. And I took a slightly, there's a couple of the same words like judgment and shame, but the other, and then I took sort of a different way of looking at it in terms of what would get in the way of it being a safe place. And I thought of things like one-upping, or talking over people. So I just took a sort of a slightly different way of looking at those pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I mean, and I think that it's just kind of putting it out there, into the universe, what we want and what we don't want. And I think that it's I love this exercise. So I put negativity from outside because, and I meant sort of energetically, like protecting our circle from negativity, from anywhere coming into it. And also self-judgment, because I think that that's and as I was writing it, I was like, it might come, and any of these things might come, and it's not that they can't. It's just that I guess acknowledging when things happen, acknowledging that those things that we don't really want in our group are present, and how do we work with them, whether it's individually or whether it's collectively, because self-judgment is part of this process, and it's something that does come, and it's okay that it comes. I guess that it to me is to stay in that place is what I'm hoping doesn't happen. That when people are judging themselves, that they will share that, and that we can support them in that, because I think that self-judgment is part of the deal. It's part of it's part of what we do. It's part of what we're taught to do. And being open to the idea that you do judge yourself, and that you may be your harshest judge, and that there may be room for a lighter sentence for you, from your judge is something I hope for. So I hope that when the self-judgment comes up, that we can enter into it and look at it and be with it wherever it is, and not say, oh, that can't be here because that's not good, but to just allow that it's part of the process and we're working with it, if that makes sense. And I also added risk to my above the line, because as I was thinking about the self-judgment, I was thinking about risk, and I was thinking about the significance of risk in personal growth and how much you're willing to risk very frequently is how far you can go within your relationship with yourself and your personal growth. So I hope that we, there's risk in this group. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to assemble this circle of hands. So if you can send me, after the group is over, send me a picture of your hand, your whole paper, then I will assemble that and put it into the group. And I would like to do a little more meditation and just a brief drawing, one last drawing what I would like to focus on is the possibility of what we have here. Because what I see are incredible women, strong, brave, powerful, and I'm really excited about what's possible with all of you together. And so I want to do a little bit more connection with each other energetically and do a drawing of possibility. So if you have another sheet of paper, and you can take it out and then just close your eyes. And we're going to do a mask exercise too. So I'm going to, at one point, I'm going to ask everybody to send their address so I can send you a mask. But I'll put it in the group. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Now, the first thing that I want you to do again is I want you to put your palms up on your thighs, put them facing up. And I want you to reach out to everyone else in this group. And I want you to reach out with your energy. And I want you to reach out with your heart. And I want you to see if you can feel the connection with everyone else through the palms of your hands. And I just want you to send and receive the love and energy of everyone else through the palms of your hands. And I want everyone to just take a moment, and we're going to send love individually to each person. So right now, and when it's you, I want you to send love to yourself as well. So I want everyone to focus on Jody, and I want everyone to send love and support to Jody and all the things that she hopes for from this group, from this circle. And now I want everyone to focus their attention on Rachel. And I want you to send your love and support to Rachel. and everything that she wants to work through in this group. And now I want everyone to focus their attention on Leah and send your love and support to Leah. And to see Leah and know that even though you might not see all the things that you're doing to support yourself, we see, and we acknowledge everything that you're working on and everything you want to work on in this group. And now I want everyone to focus their attention on Missy and send their love and support to Missy and the healing and integration that Missy is working on. And now I want everyone to focus their attention on Laura and to send love and light and support to Laura. And to let Laura know that we do see her. And you are important and valuable and worth the struggle. And now I want everyone to focus their attention on Nancy and to send their love and support to Nancy. And to support her in connecting with and finding that forgiveness that she's longing for with herself and her family. And I want you to imagine the possibility for everyone of this space, of these hearts, of everything that you guys have contributed today, that you're going to show up with every week for each other, for yourselves. To be there for each other, to really be there for yourself. Imagine what this collective wisdom, love, support, energy can provide for everyone in this circle. And I want you to imagine that possibility as a picture. If the possibility of this group was a picture, what would it look like? And how would it feel? And when you can see that and when you can feel that, I want you to open your eyes and I want you to draw it. If you can find a place to stop, even if you're not completely done with your picture, so that we can share. And if you're not done, you can continue to finish it after. But I like to share, and if each person can share their picture and any closing thoughts that you have about the meeting today, and anything else you want to share, because when we're done sharing, then we'll be at time for the meeting for tonight. So anybody who's ready can share their picture and any closing thoughts that they have. Rachel?
Yeah, so what came up for me was, oh my God, I'm not a good artist, but I seen water like flowing, and it just kind of was like, be more like water and just kind of like let it flow. And with that, you can move mountains. We could move mountains, and that's what the mountains were for. And I'm just really happy to be a part of this. I almost wasn't, not for any particular reason, but I'm happy that I decided to join, and I'm happy to be here with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm so happy you're here too. I have a piece of artwork called Moving Mountains, and it's a powerful thing. So
Yeah.
I didn't make it, but it's a powerful image, moving mountains. I like that. Thank you. Anybody else ready to share? Jody.
So as I was drawing this, I caught myself being critical. And so I really, as I was drawing it, really worked to reframe it. So I guess the image that came to mind for me was a flower bed. And just in terms of everybody grows at different stages, different ways. Who we are will show up in different colors. Yeah, so I had us as a circle, and there's all of our different kind of flowers about growing at different stages in different ways, just the diversity of us, and yet the power of us. And then for me, it was really the sunshine, was just the hope and the possibilities and the love that then can allow us to blossom. Really, I guess that's the word that really came to mind for me, is the possibility of blossom.
Nice. Thank you.
Well, I think we were on the same page. Because I also was doing what I was doing with, so I was doing the flowers, but more, it was hearts that were growing. Circle. And so this is, each one of these represents us with you at the top. And I also had the sun. So I just think it's kind of funny that we're both kind of thinking the same thing. As I was thinking, I thought of the hearts for everybody, and then growing like flowers, was, Rachel said before, but it's kind of funny that one.
Yeah. I think I think that will happen more, because that connectedness, the energetic connectedness between the group will grow.
You maybe can't see it, but I also put little smile faces on each of the hearts.
Yes, you can see it. And did you, how was that visualization for you? Did you see that in the visualization, or was it?
No, I saw it in the visualization. So
that's great. Yay!
Hey.
Awesome.
I didn't get interrupted.
Woohoo! That's fantastic. Anybody else ready?
Oh, and as far as the closing, I forgot. I did want to say thank you to everybody for saying something on my behalf earlier and giving me support and encouragement and all kinds of compliments. So I'm not used to that. So thank you.
Get used to it, man.
And also, like Rachel, I was on the fence about joining. As you know, Kelly and I had a conversation. I guess it was yesterday, or the day before. So obviously I'm in. So
awesome. I'm so happy you saw something.
Away from this group.
I know, it's an awesome group. I'm so happy to be in this
So,
group. Yay.
anyway,
Awesome.
thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else ready to go? Missy, Leah, Nancy, anybody? Nancy? You're muted.
I didn't have time to quite finish.
Okay.
That's it. What came up was, do y'all know the TV show called Outlanders?
I don't.
It's it's a woman that goes live in the past, but to go in Scotland, like I think 300 years ago, the place she went was around where women would bound around a big rock, and they would have some fire spots, and they would, I don't know if they were witches in the time, but they were a group of women that would dance around the fire and around that. And that's what that's my drawing.
Nice.
The rock and some fire.
Huh?
I don't know if you see it. And so we're all there, and we're all dancing around in kind of a circle around the fire and the piece of rock. So it's a place for transformation.
Nice.
So that's how I felt, and I didn't have that time to draw all your dresses.
Okay.
but it's a start. So and that's what I was seeing. I was seeing like a group of women who really do some stuff that you don't go, like if you go at the movie or grocery shopping, you dancing around the fire and trying to transmute our souls all together. So that's what I see.
Thank you. I love it. Missy, Leah, either one of you ready to share?
So I kind of I got the heart theme going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, so, flip. Yeah, so, each of you guys had a heart, and I assigned a color to each of you, that I kind of, that I thought reflected. And then all of our hearts are kind of, we're all sharing like our own energy and experiences, and we're all the energies touching, and we're connected. And as we connect, we create like a collective heart in the middle. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, no, I'm really excited. All you ladies are lovely. So I'm really excited to, connect with you ladies each week. Yeah. So yeah, and again, I was waffling on this, the group, and so, but I am glad that I'm here. So
I'm glad you're here too. Yay. Missy?
There we go.
There
I
you
couldn't get myself to unmute. Okay, so in the theme of having similar thoughts and concepts,
Nice.
I imagined us as kind of like the Care Bear stare, all of our hearts joining together, and just creating this powerful force. So
Nice. Wonderful. This was mine. It was a very strong image of just like light and rays of color coming out of the light, and making the light stronger. And it was very strong, and I felt a lot on my palms. So I don't know if anybody has anything else they want to share. I want to say thank you. I'm really excited about this group. I really, as each person was saying that they wanted to join, I was like, this is going to be an incredible group. And I really feel that. I really feel like this is going to be a magical group. And I don't know, there's one other person that wants to join from Australia, but I don't know. To me, this group feels complete. I don't know that we'll have more. We'll have to see if people come, if anyone else comes. But it feels it feels really nice. This group together feels really nice to me, and I'm excited. And I see how much you are all willing to risk here, and how safe of a space just in 2 hours you created for each other and for yourself, and the connections that existed before tonight that have deepened, and the new connections that are being made. And I feel very, very honored that you trust me to support you in this process, and I very much am looking forward to it. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. If there's anything anybody didn't get to share, please share, and then we'll close. Everybody's good?
How did you want us to send the pictures?
Just through Messenger.
Okay.
Good. Yeah, and you could put it in the group too, but Messenger will be easier for me to download, and I'll assemble our circle of hands and then post it in the group.
Do we have a group already formed? I don't even know. Is there a Facebook?
Yes, I need to get you in that group. There's a Facebook group. It's just the people in this group only.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's another space to, if you have, and Rachel, you put a few things in there. If you have thoughts, if you have images, if you have messages that you want to share, if you can post videos in there of yourself, or, that anything that you think is either for you to get support with or to support others, feel free. It's your group. Use it, use it as a space that you use between the meetings. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Oh,
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you. See you guys all next week. Bye.
Thanks so much, Kelly. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.